So I bought this a few years ago, and because it's Halloween season, I figured I'd watch some of them. So today I'm watching House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price from 1959. I know nothing about it, so here we go. Let's jump into it.
The ghosts are moving tonight, restless, hungry. May I introduce myself? I'm
Sure.
Vincent Pritchard. In just a minute, I'll show you the only really haunted house in the world.
The only
Since
one?
it was built a century ago, 7 people, including my brother, have been murdered in it.
I'm Frederick
That's a
Lawrence,
hell of a mustache.
and I've rented the house on Haunted Hill tonight so that my wife can give a party. A haunted house party. She's so amusing. If any of you will spend the next 12 hours in this house, I'll give you each $10,000. Or your next of kin in case you don't survive.
10 grand ain't
But here
bad.
come our other guests.
I'd take it.
This is Ruth Bridges. You've no doubt read her column in the newspapers.
I have not.
She says her reason for coming to the party is to write a feature article on ghosts. She's also desperate for money. Gambles.
Who isn't?
The party's starting now, and you have until midnight to find
10
the house
grand
on
in
Haunted Hill.
1959. I wonder what that is today. It's $108,350 in 2024. Damn. I'd definitely spend a night in the haunted house for that.
I've never met the man either. Just a phone call. Do you know him?
No,
Well, then you're the only one of us who does.
I don't know him. All the
He looks
details
familiar.
in the house were done by mail.
He's quite wealthy, isn't he?
Millions.
And 5 wives, I believe.
4, I think, so far.
A $50,000 party for only 5 people.
4
is a little steep,
wives?
even for-
Who closed the door?
Probably automatic, you know.
This thing's made of solid steel.
Going to the party.
The spend the night ghost party was your idea, remember? Since it's going to cost me $50,000, I want you to have fun.
The party was my idea until you invited all the guests. Why all these strangers? Why none of our friends?
Friends? Do we have any friends?
No, your jealousy took care of that.
I had a reason for inviting each
She hot,
guest.
though.
I wanted kind of a cross-section.
Just saying.
From psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jet pilot. They share one thing. They all need money. Now let's see if they're brave enough to earn it. Might explode.
Never does.
Would you guarantee that?
That isn't funny, Frederick.
Make a good headline. Playboy kills wife with champagne cork. Of all my wives, you're the least agreeable.
But still alive.
Would you go away for $1 million and tax-free? You want it all, don't you?
I deserve it all. Your jealousy isn't tax-free. Your possessiveness is maddening.
You remember the fun we had when you poisoned me?
Something you ate, the doctor said.
Yes. Arsenic on the rocks.
This is a
Annabelle,
very odd
do
relationship.
it again if you thought you could get away with it, wouldn't you?
Where do I know him? What was his name? I don't
This is what
remember.
She used on my brother and her sister. Only 2.
Pritchard.
Her husband and her sister. No one else was here.
So there are 2 loose heads just floating around in here somewhere?
Morning.
That's cheerful.
4 men have been murdered in this house. And 3 women.
You planned your party very well, Mr. Lawrence.
I don't know why he looks
More of us
familiar.
and
I haven't seen
real
anything
women.
he's in.
It goes for everybody.
See that stain? Blood. A young girl
On the ceiling.
was killed here. And whatever got her wasn't human. Don't stand there.
What do you mean? Where?
Not much of a stain. It's dripping.
has everything with hair and flesh. Just leaves the bone.
He looks like George Bush. That's where I've seen him.
How'd you get invited to this party? No. Oh, go on. I mean,
What?
what did he do?
Why? That's creepy.
Mr. Lawrence said everybody'd get $10,000.
But he didn't say anything about being locked in.
No.
What's that? That's it?
I wonder why they didn't kill him.
Who?
He didn't bump his head. They hit him.
They?
Who was they, though?
Who was they, though?
Someone or something was in here when I came in. But where? And if the door was locked, how did it get out? What you saw might have been a ghost, Nora, but what was in here with me was no ghost.
I don't know. I was so scared.
Sound different to you?
Yes.
Sounds hollow. Don't worry, she can't do anything. She's stuck like this.
I doubt if I'll spend much time here.
It's going to rain. Perfect atmosphere for my husband's party. Why did you come here?
He said he'd give me $10,000.
Why did he pick you?
I don't know. My supervisor just came and said I'd been invited.
How
Jealous?
long have you known my husband? You're in danger. We all are.
But who?
I hope for your sake you never find out.
Say, if anyone's the danger here, it's probably you.
About anything else that happens here tonight,
Now, don't tell me you're taking all this seriously.
aren't you?
Well, I'd like to find out what hit me.
Lance, if I need help, may I count on you?
Sure, I guess so.
What kind
Look,
of
what's
help are we
going on
talking?
here anyway? I mean, what is with this party bit?
This is no party. He's planning something.
Your husband?
I wish I knew what it was.
Must be pretty big if he's going to lay out 50,000.
This
Money
was your idea.
He has a reason for getting us all up here to this dreadful old house.
Well, what for? He doesn't even know us.
Please be careful.
Would he hurt you?
He would kill me if he could.
I don't trust her.
There, the pilot bashed his head in.
Is he badly hurt?
The Saturnine psychiatrist bandaged him up. Don't you want to go and console him, as you do most men, in your fashion?
You're so clever, Frederick.
I don't
lie
trust
awake
either one of
nights
them.
wondering why I'm...
I know it's the 50s, but that might be the fakest looking head I've ever seen.
Come with us. Come with us before he
Who
kills
the fuck
you.
is this?
May I have your attention, please? I think you all remember the bargain we made about staying all night. $10,000 apiece. If any of you don't survive, $50,000 will be divided amongst the rest of you. If I should die, you will be paid by my estate. When the door is locked from the outside by the caretakers, we'll all be forced to stay in this house until morning. If any of you decide not to stay, you must leave with the caretakers now. You won't have a chance to change your minds later, because there'll be no way to get out.
I don't want to stay.
Wait.
Don't make her stay. Like,
It isn't midnight yet. Who told them they could leave?
They never leave before midnight.
Well, they've gone now. I was going to ask you whether you wanted to stay or not, but it seems that the caretakers have made the decision for you. We will all have to stay in this house until 8 o'clock in the morning. But we have some party favors for you in these little coffins. This is my wife's idea. I must say, I think it's rather dangerous. Lance?
why would they give out guns? What's the point of that?
Oh, I'm sure we're not going to go running around the house shooting each other, aren't you?
Who knows? Fear makes people do amazing things.
So does booze. This is a terrible idea.
Richard, you said your sister-in-law killed a man and a woman here and cut them up? You said they found hands and feet, but they never found any heads. Would you like to see one of those heads? Would you all like to see one of those heads? Well then, just follow me.
It's not going to be there, is it?
Just go look in my suitcase. Just go look.
Of course not.
Nora? Nora?
Where'd she go?
Nora?
Why are you just running around with a severed head?
Richard, if you know where she is, you better tell me now.
She's gone. She's gone with them. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, damn.
Nora?
What?
She's dead, Mr. Laura. Your wife hanged herself.
Suicide.
So where the fuck is Nora?
He tried to kill me. He grabbed me and choked me and put me in that room. And then he went away and left me.
Who?
He thought I was dead.
Who?
Mr. Lord.
Probably shouldn't leave Nora alone.
I'm sure you've come to the same conclusion I have.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's all have a meeting, discuss what to do. The living room?
Okay, in a minute.
You gonna shoot him?
You were the first one to see my wife there. Did you also see anything that she could have climbed up on and then jumped?
No.
Did any of you? There was nothing. How then did she get up there so high?
Exactly,
Well,
Mr.
that's the
Lauren.
question.
How? She couldn't have pulled herself up there. She couldn't have dropped from the ceiling. Do you think your wife killed herself?
No. She was murdered by one of you.
Or you, Mr. Lauren?
Now, what we have to do for the next 6 hours is protect ourselves from each other.
You really think?
I don't think anything. I just know that I'm going to my room. And if anybody comes in, I'll shoot him. Or her.
And if we all stay in our
Smart.
rooms, we'll be safe. Because the innocent will have no reason to leave his room. And the guilty will admit his guilt if he or she does.
Rooms? Guns? I tell you, it doesn't make any difference. They aren't through with us yet.
Why did he come along if he knows the history of the house? That doesn't make sense. I mean, you'd think even that amount of money, with as scared as he is. That's odd. He said if any of them die, the 50 grand would be split between the survivors, which then gives each of them a motive to kill the others. Spooky. Well, fuck. What in the hell? Move. Oh, never mind, you're fucked. That is creepy. The hell good is that gonna do? Why is she back there? What the? The fuck is that? I don't think she's gonna survive the rest of the night.
And admission of guilt, Doctor?
Certainly not. There's either somebody else in this house or one of us has left his room. Did you hear anything?
Organ music?
That, and someone walking.
Not the screaming?
You got yours?
You... should probably keep that out.
It's almost over, darling. Every detail was perfect.
Okay.
Has she killed him?
Not yet, but she will.
Get me out of this hanging harness. What's taking that girl so long? What time is it?
At first, I couldn't get Nora to want to protect herself with a gun. But after you appeared at the window, everything began to work just as we had planned. You were wonderful. Just the touch that finally drove her into complete hysteria.
How exactly...
Darling. Where's Nora now? What's happening?
On her way to the cellar. So scared she'll shoot the first thing that moves.
And Frederick?
On his way to the cellar, too.
David, are you sure none of them will suspect us?
Of what? An hysterical girl accidentally shoots somebody? Who would suspect that we planned it that way, that we drove her to it? When you hear the shot, come down to the cellar.
Well, that is a twist I didn't see coming. Well, seems to have worked. Now, you throw him in, doesn't that look suspicious? Your plan was working until now. What are you doing?
David?
Was he not dead? Or is he gonna kill you too?
At last you've got it all. Everything I have. Even my life. But you're not going to live to enjoy it. Come with me, murderess. Come with me.
You're gonna fall in. Well.
crime you two planned was indeed perfect.
It's him. He's alive.
You didn't shoot anyone, my dear. I loaded your gun with blanks. I can tell you all now. Trent and my wife were planning to kill me. They
And they're
failed.
not gonna believe you.
Trent tried to throw me in the vat. My wife stumbled and fell. I'm ready for justice to decide if I'm innocent or guilty.
Is that the end? That's the end. Wow. Honestly, pretty well done for 1959. Like, some of those scares were like genuinely creepy. Like her body showing up at the window, that was creepy. Of course, Vincent Price killed it, as he always does. Vincent Price was a legend. The effects seemed pretty simple. Well, prosthetic head was not great, but I think, otherwise it was pretty effective, pretty solid movie considering its age. Give it an 8 out of 10. I know there's a remake. I wonder how much better or worse that one is. I'm sure I'll be watching it sometime shortly. Thanks for watching. You can find me on YouTube and Rumble. I will see you in the next video.